Come on, Greg.
Gave it a little extra today. Need some extra movement, I guess.
Good job. Do some blessings while we're at it.
And now, the reason we got out of bed this morning for music and the spoken giggles, Singing Mama and Auntie B are our very own soulful duets.
That would have been a beautiful screenshot.
Oh, I love that radio voice. That is so awesome.
He's so good, huh?
He really is. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, everybody.
How we doing?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
I am good. Do you see we have another guest here with us?
I know. This guy right down here, he's been in our chats a lot.
We are so excited. This is Greg
Herrera.
Herrera. How you doing, Greg?
Oh, listen to those R's. That's great.
How are you doing?
I can't even do that.
It's your name.
I know, but I can't. I don't have the.
You just
you just did it.
Herrera.
Yeah.
See, there you go. Good job.
My grandmother used to get on me all the time. You gotta roll your R's. I'm like, I don't know how. I'm too Caucasian.
I'm too Caucasian. I'm too that. Not enough pigment. That's awesome.
So is your grandma Spanish then? Is that?
Well, yeah, she's in heaven now, but she.
Yeah.
Long story short, but basically, I got the name through my dad, who adopted me when I was younger.
Very cool.
He, very, very, very great man. It's kind of like my rock. Cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I was going to ask you if it was like an adoption thing with your last name.
Yeah, it's an adoption thing, yeah.
Like,
but I've eaten so much Mexican food in my time.
I'm sure
I think my DNA's changed.
It could. It could.
100% Hispanic at this point.
Nice.
Yeah, with our last names, they say Jaramillo. But I say Jaramello because that's how my father-in-law would say it. And so, but we were his family is like Mexican and Spain, so Spanish.
Yeah.
So we did just both. Just Latino in general. Hey, Jacqueline.
Hi, Jacqueline. Oh, I'm cool. I was going to ask you if I could see the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a thing over on the right side. See where it says private chat and then comments? Yeah. So click on comments and then you'll be able to see everybody's comments.
Oh, cool. See it now, yeah.
Yeah. Just real quick, I did want to mention this one. Howdy, giggles and wiggles. I can listen, but I can't watch.
Love her.
I have had a sinus headache from mold stirred up after the rain for the last 24 hours. Please pray it goes away so I can get stuff done. Thanks.
Me too.
And we will definitely be putting you in our prayers today, Miss Marina.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Definitely. So, Mr. Greg, what is it that you are passionate about these days?
That's a good question. God, the universe has just been doing some crazy things to me. And I'm sure most people have been going through a lot of stuff over this last year. And Dark Night of the Soul. And I think what's happening with me is I'm finding the way that I am going to contribute to raising the vibration of the planet.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's a very broad thing. We're all going to find our little area. Like Kathy K is doing her thing with her, what's that called? The
Kids Convoy?
Kids Convoy, yeah, that's awesome.
They leave tomorrow?
Tomorrow morning, bright and early.
Yeah, and I think it's just a matter of us being willing to find what that is. And sometimes it's going to look different than what you thought.
Absolutely.
And your ego at times will tell you, no, that's not it. That's not it. Like for me, I've been a nurse for 27 years.
Oh my goodness.
And
That's awesome. You're like a frontliner.
Well, yeah, and I've got a lot of trauma from it too.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
That's one of the things that I found out is I've had to heal a lot of trauma.
Mm-hmm.
And this last year has been about healing trauma.
Oh, for
Good
sure.
for you.
From childhood. And but anyway, so I've been a nurse for so long, and I've actually have not worked since last February.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you kind of got to miss out on all the extra crazy, huh?
Yeah, I didn't really even want to be there because it was, yeah, it's too crazy.
With all the stuff
and,
that's going on.
Well, and for a while, believe it or not, it was hard to find a job. 'Cause
Really?
I had a contract working. I was doing PACU, which is recovery
Mm-hmm.
for post-op patients.
Mm-hmm.
And that contract got canceled because they canceled all the surgeries. We
Oh,
went down into
right.
the first lockdown. But actually, that was just really God's way of saying, nope, I think it's time to move out of this field because, I mean, I could get a job like probably today if I just looked online. I'm sure I could probably secure employment, but it's just not a vibrational match for me anymore.
It makes
For
sense.
many reasons. Because I don't want to get the jab,
Yeah.
and I don't
Wear
want
the jab on
to
the
wear a mask for 12 hours a day. And but also just the whole environment. It's just, and I feel like healthcare is going to be changing so much coming up. I think we're going to get away from a lot of the big pharma controlled
Oh, for sure. We've
healthcare.
heard.
Healthcare. It's an oxymoron
It's an
anymore.
oxymoron.
Healthcare.
Yeah. They don't care.
Death
They
care.
don't. They really don't. And
It's just trying to make you go faster.
But I think that there's a lot of people that went into healthcare, right,
help.
with pure intentions to do that.
Oh, for
and
sure.
so when you decided that you didn't want to go back to it because you feel like vibrationally it's not there for you anymore, have you found something that's more a better fit for you now? Are you there yet?
yeah, I think it's coming together. I've been kind of preparing myself for this for a while. I got Reiki certified, Reiki 2.
Nice.
That's
Although
awesome.
I've never charged for it. I've always done it for free.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I used to do it at a local church here that was open to that kind of stuff, and we would do healings on Sundays for free. So I did that. I've never charged for it. I do it a little differently too. I don't do a lot of the Reiki symbols. And that's the way I was trained, but I don't do that. I just basically use invocation and protection prayers, and I will call in archangels and Yeshua for the healing. Of course, because you don't do the healing, you're just a vessel.
Right.
The healing to come through.
Right.
So I did that, and I did I got my certification for yoga instructor. And I've only taught a few classes, but I think mainly that was just to have the background and the knowledge.
Nice.
For that. So there's a lot of things that have been preparing me for this. I also took a class from a, what's the word I'm looking for? Someone who makes content online.
Content maker.
Yeah, influencer.
Content maker classes.
Yeah, what you said. Yeah.
All that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like the internet savvy peoples.
So, and that was to learn coaching. And so, but you know what? I just had this big block. It's like, no, I can't do it. It's too scary.
Oh,
Gotta step out
here
of the
we
comfort zone,
are.
huh?
We're breaking them in, folks. We're breaking them
This is
in
it.
just a little bit at a time. A little bit
This
at
is
a time.
it. This is it.
That's
Get
good.
that energy flowing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Rip off the Band-Aid.
That's pretty much it. Rip off the
Got that.
Band-Aid.
You got that. I think what I would like to do is just kind of set the tone a little bit here. If that's okay with you guys. I want to play that song. And then
Okay.
and then I think that's going to help us to bring out more focused casual conversation, if you will. This song, I heard it on one of the Law and Order shows or whatever. It was just playing in the background. And I turned off whatever I was watching and I went and found the song. Okay. And I listened to it a couple times and I was like, no, it sounds better this way. Now it's just a karaoke version. I don't own this, just so we know, just so you guys know. And it's my first time through it, but I wanted to share it because I think it's going to help everybody to kind of be really centered in on what we have to say this morning. And it's going to help us to be able to say it better. Is that cool with you, Greg?
Absolutely.
It's
You
a
okay?
beautiful song. Holy crap.
It's a beautiful song. Can you hear it?
Mhm.
Okay. I tried to talk to my piano. I tried to talk to my guitar, talk to my imagination, and fight it in alcohol. I tried and tried and tried some more, told secrets till my voice was sore, tired of empty conversation, 'cause no one hears me anymore. 100 million stories and 100 million songs. I feel stupid when I sing. Nobody's listening to me. Nobody's listening. I talk to shooting stars. They always get it wrong. I feel stupid when I pray. So why am I praying anyway? If nobody's listening, anyone, please send me anyone. Lord, is there anyone? I need someone. Oh, anyone, please send me anyone. Lord, isn't there anyone? I need someone. I used to crave the world's attention. I think I cried too many times. I just need some more affection. Anything to get me by. 100 million stories, 100 million songs. I feel stupid when I sing. Nobody's listening to me. Nobody's listening. I talk to shooting stars. They always get it wrong. I feel stupid when I pray. Why am I praying anyway? If no one is listening, anyone, please send me anyone. Lord, is there anyone? I need someone. Oh, anyone, please send me anyone. Lord, 100 million songs. I feel stupid when I sing. Nobody's listening to me. Nobody's listening.
That was awesome.
Thank you. I think
That is
everybody
absolutely
has.
beautiful.
Thank you. I think everybody has felt that way. I
Mhm.
think all of us have felt that way at some point. And right now it feels like there's so many questioning everything, which is good. But that leaves us in this limbo kind of place, right? Exactly, Jami. Exactly. Greg, have you ever felt that way?
Yeah, like a lot lately. But
Exactly.
I think part of it too is you have to be willing to listen.
Mm.
You know, part of a relationship is listening, and a lot of times we pray a lot, some of us, and praying is talking to God, but we have to be able to learn to listen as well.
Completely agree. And learn to watch, right? We've been so trained to focus on what's wrong and not so much on how to solve problems, not solutions, right? So when we have a change in perspective and start looking for ways outside of whatever is considered normal, right, to find a path towards truth, a path towards feeling heard and seen, just like you're doing right now, like we're doing right now. If we touch one person out there who feels the same way we have felt, that's a connection that can never be undone. And so I think a lot of times when we're like, come on our show, come over here, and you're like, I'm there, we're like, yes, somebody else, good, come on over, be part of our family. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I vibrated really, really well with your show.
It's awesome.
You have very good energy.
We like to keep it light, but also talk about the big stuff, you know, to try and mix the two, because the darkness is important to know, but laughter makes it bearable.
Oh,
and
yeah.
love is the freaking answer to
Ultimate.
everything.
Yeah, and I think sometimes the ability to listen has to do with your vibration and your mental state. And I think this last year, me in particular, I think a lot of people, but me in particular, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the chakra system, but I've been stuck in like the first three chakras, and
does it go from bottom to top? Is that
yeah, it goes from bottom. So like the root, the sacral, and then the solar plexus, and that's kind of like the base.
Oh yeah, she got it out.
There you go. Cool. Next time I come on, I'll share screen and we'll do that. But
deal.
These are all important, but like the God stuff is all with the top, particularly the top two chakras. But anyway, so I haven't really been open, and so I haven't really been hearing. I've been talking a lot, but not hearing.
Oh, I see. You're one of those kind of guys.
You're human. Who knew?
You're human?
Oh man.
Whoa.
Careful, other people are gonna find out. They found out about us. Human.
I know. You're human. I make mistakes all the time.
What are you talking about?
The error is human. To forgive is divine.
We're just going off on a tangent now.
I know.
Cool. It's okay, Greg. You're good. You're good.
He's like, I know, I'm just in here. What are you talking about?
Hey man, I'm just sitting here. I'm just flowing, baby.
We love it. We love it. So what brought you to the point of realizing you needed to listen? And when was that?
You know, I think the last couple of weeks, I'm not sure exactly. I think it was a combination of things. I got way out of my. I stopped doing a lot of my spiritual hygiene, meditation, and
Never heard that phrase, spiritual hygiene.
yeah, I
I
heard,
like
I like
I
it.
actually heard it the other day from an influencer by the name of Nicole Frolic.
Oh, very cool.
She's pretty cool.
Very cool.
Anyway, so she helped me see that I was stuck in those chakras, and I quit doing all this stuff, and that's really how I open things up, and I'm able to hear. The other thing I've been doing, so I do a lot of walking with my dog, a lot of hiking. I've been doing hiking right now, but I try to walk barefoot every day.
I love
on the
that.
grass.
That's huge.
That's cool.
That's huge.
I have a hard time
So
doing that.
Grounding.
Yeah. And so for me, it's just been just things that ground me to open up that first, 2 or 3 chakras.
Mm-hmm.
Getting into the sun. I started doing sun gazing.
Oh, very good.
Sun gazing. What's
Very
that?
good. Yeah, explain.
What's
Yeah.
sun gazing?
You have to do it really carefully because I don't want people to get hurt, because you can.
So don't stare at the sun.
Well, you do.
You do.
But you do
With
it.
your eyes shut?
You can do it that way when the sun is really high in the sky. But what you want to do is do it like when the sun first comes up. No later than like the first 30 minutes of when the sun comes up or it goes down. And when you start out, you only do it for 10 seconds at a time.
Yep.
And you'll find that it's hard to do 10 seconds. Your eyes will not want to focus on it.
It turns black in the middle, doesn't it?
Yeah, you'll have a little spot there, but
Like when I've looked at it before, when I was little, I remember seeing like a black center in it when I was looking at it. Is that normal? I don't know what that is.
yeah, I think you get kind of a shadow. I don't know what the mechanics of that is, but you do get like a little black spot.
Like on the sun? I mean,
yeah,
while I'm looking
away.
at it.
Yeah, it goes away.
Yeah.
It goes away. But anyway, yeah, so you do 10 minutes and you can either stand or sit. Lately I've been doing it sitting. And you're barefoot when you do it, so your feet on the ground. Some people do mantras and mudras, but that's like advanced stuff. I think to just start out, just go 10 seconds, and each day just increase it by 10 seconds.
I love that. I'd never actually heard of the term sun gazing until recently. I know a few years back, I was talking to a friend of mine, and I would just be outside in the morning just looking at the sun, and she was like, "You're going to go blind."
Yep.
No, I'm not going to go blind. I don't, it's not hours. It's just a little bit at a time. And I loved it because it's like, feels like it nourishes. Like it's a swift inside out. Now I can start my day kind of feeling, to me. How does it affect you?
Yeah, you get definitely some grounding, and I do feel energized afterwards. And the thing is that it helps open up the pineal gland, third eye.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
And
that's awesome.
And that's what and that's a cabal trick. They'll tell you, don't look at the sun; it'll make you go blind.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Knowing full well that will open up the third eye. They don't want our third eyes opened up.
Absolutely. There's so much of it that's backwards, right?
Yes.
So much of it that people don't understand, like salt, for example. They constantly hear, you got to lower your salt intake, lower your salt intake, lower your salt intake. When really, we need to make sure that we're upping it. It has to be the right kind of salt. No, that's true, right? Like that Himalayan pink salt or things of that nature. But if we do our own research, we're going to come across what's right for us. And I think that's where the listening also comes into play. Would you agree, either of you? Because when you find something that actually hits you, you're like, oh my gosh. And everybody's done that. Isn't that listening? Do you think that's listening?
Yeah.
And something just vibes all of a sudden.
Yeah. It like clicks, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's how that goes together.
Oh, you're like, uh-huh.
I really like that. I love all that.
The aha moments.
Mm-hmm.
Have you, either one of you, have you had an experience where you're just kind of doing something, maybe walking or doing your dishes, or just something where, you don't really need to think about stuff. You can just do it like in the background.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, boom, like this knowledge just comes in.
Yes.
Isn't that amazing?
Ah, man, that's what I think Michael Jaco, I think that's what he calls the download.
Yeah.
He got downloaded with information all the time.
Is that like the aha moment thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot.
Then
but
yes.
sometimes it's also like new information. Have you had that with new information, either of you?
Yes,
Yeah.
but I can't think of anything right now.
Well, Greg, you brought it up. What was it that hit you?
Well, it's kind of woo-woo, but
woo-woo?
it's very out
like
there.
proof
Do
for
you know what
you?
woo-woo is?
I don't
It's new
know.
to me.
I know
like
what
it.
woo-hoo is.
Have you ever heard that?
Like out there, like
Out there. You like the Twilight Zone.
Right on. Well, I like Twilight Zone stuff. Let's hear it.
Okay, this is very weird, but
cool.
So
we like the weird.
I was having this it was just this weird energy going on with one of my yoga instructors.
Mm-hmm.
And this was a couple years back.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I could not figure out what was going on. Why was there like this tension between us? It didn't seem normal. And I couldn't figure it out. I meditated on it and I couldn't figure it out. And then I was just walking my dog, and then just boom, all of a sudden it hit me, like all this knowledge, this download. It's like I knew everything all at once.
Yes.
It's hard to explain. But what it turned out to be was, and I know this is going to freak a lot of people out if you don't believe in reincarnation. I apologize, but I do, and
Good. Don't apologize. Don't apologize for what you believe in.
If you don't, it doesn't resonate with you, that's okay.
Good.
But anyway, so what I got was that we had reincarnated. We were like soulmates. And we had reincarnated several times. Each one taking turns, being the oppressor and being the victim.
Oh, man.
And in this particular lifetime, I was being the victim again.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that crazy? And so, but we were stuck in this loop. We were not healing it.
It's crazy.
We were not healing it. So I approached her and I said, we went for a walk, and I told her what was going on, and I think it kind of freaked her out.
Did it?
But I told her, I said, you know what? I release you. I release myself, and I release you from this loop that we're in. We don't need to play this routine anymore. We're healed from it. And, you can choose to stay in the loop if you want, but I'm letting go of it.
Wow.
And it kind of freaked her out. But but I think we did okay after that. But, it was definitely a soul thing. We were doing things, playing roles, but it was all for our healing and for our spiritual advancement.
Wow. So how do you feel about that since?
Oh, it's very what's the word I'm looking for? It just feels, it makes you feel free to let go of stuff like that.
Yes, it does.
I mean, it's because it's at a quantum level. It's not just, oh, someone hurt me when I was young, and I feel bad about it. That sucks. I mean, yeah, we have to heal from that. But when you're talking about multiple lifetimes of going in and just creating trauma for each other, that really sucks.
There's a lot of different, first of all, I think it's amazing that in this lifetime you are able to release that part of what's been being reignited every time. I want to say too that I think it's amazing that on your very first live broadcast on our show, you said something so profound. I love when stuff hits like that. Why do you think it's important to be able to let go of negative emotions, negative stuff that we have made our own and are holding on to so tightly? What difference has it made in your life since you were able to do that?
That's such a good question. Such a softball question too. Thank you.
I'm just kidding. You're welcome. That's what I do.
Let's see. Oh, well, so you said what do you get out of it? Is that what you said?
What's the difference that it's made for you since then in your life? Since you had the download and you realized that this is a connection you've had for lifetimes, plural.
Oh, yeah. It's actually
so now what's the difference?
Yeah, I mean, I had read a lot about past lives experiences and reincarnation, and I kind of believed it, but I didn't really know it on an experiential level. And that kind of opened that up, and it was kind of like, oh crap, this stuff's real.
Right.
And I think healing that stuff, number one, it's going to make you just more joyful in this incarnation. But I think more importantly, from an eternal standpoint, I think the more that you can heal that stuff, the higher you're going to raise yourself up and become closer to God, and possibly remove yourself from like a karmic wheel situation. There's some that believe that we keep creating karma for ourselves, and so we get stuck here, reincarnating over and over and over, kind of in a loop like I was describing there. And I think the more you can heal, the more that you can get out of that loop and move on to what God has in store for us, the next level. Because this is kind of like a school.
Oh, I agree.
This is like, and from what I've been told, this is not an easy school. This is one of the harder places in the universe to get your lessons. And
I would say it's a tough one. Yes.
It's the hard knocks. Hard knocks school.
Jami, I like the hair thing going on. That's cute.
Oh, thanks. I'm trying to do something.
When you do the little twirl.
The little twirly.
I know.
I've done it ever since I was a baby.
She did. She was born twirling her hair. Like,
basically.
How it is. And I have to tell you, sometimes when I get a little anxious on here and she's just over there doing that, I'm like, oh, we're good. She's still twirling her hair. So everything's fine. We're good.
Now, if I stop messing with my hair, that's when there's a problem.
I know that. I'm like, oh, no, I'm supposed to be doing stuff. Oh, what am I? What's happening? So I have a question about this reincarnation stuff. I have my own opinion on it, but I'm not actually ready to start talking about it yet. But I do have a question for you, since you have believed it for a while and have felt it real for a while. Do you believe that you can remember all of them? Do you think it's possible?
All of your lives?
Yeah, I think it's possible. There are people that do remember their past incarnations, but part of the part of the game and coming to the school is the veil of forgetfulness. And I think doing things like opening your chakras and grounding and meditation and praying and just trying to be, open to, of course, the Christed spirit. It will help that. You can ask for it. Also, there's therapies that you can do, the quantum QHHT, the quantum hypnosis hypnotherapy. Did I say it right? I don't know.
I think you did.
I get tongue-tied with that one for some reason. So that's a therapy where you go back and do past life regression. It helps you remember your past lives. And I think doing that can help you heal in this lifetime and kind of remove some of that karma. Dolores Cannon was doing a lot of healing. I don't know if you know who she is. She's kind of an old school person. She started the QHHT years ago.
Okay. I know who
She
you're
still got
talking
some amazing content on YouTube. She's passed away now.
about.
But she's kind of very much a pioneer. But people would hold on to a lot of dis-ease and cancers and pain, and a lot of it was tied into past life stuff. And so she was able to do a lot of healing for people going through and handling stuff that happened in previous lifetimes. So yeah, I think you can. I've only done one, and I do remember I was some kind of a slave, and I was also one lifetime I was a kind of a holy person, and I was I think drowned
Oh,
in
that's
a well
not fun.
because they didn't
In a
like what I was
well?
saying. They didn't like what I was saying. I didn't fit the narrative.
Mhm.
The narrative. The narrative's a joke anyway.
Mhm.
Big old joke on everybody who wants to dive in and be made clowns of, I think. And we've all been there for a minute or two. Read that, James.
What's Jamie saying?
She said, in my past life, I met a guy, felt super connected, didn't know why.
In my
Later, he
past.
told me, yeah, in my past life. In my past. Oh, sorry. In my past, I met a guy, and she didn't know why they felt so connected. And later, he told her that in a past life, we were lovers. It was a very cool experience of how it happened.
That's awesome.
That sounds like a
Yeah.
movie.
That's
Perhaps
really cool.
Yeah, perhaps a twin flame or something.
Hey, it's possible. I do know that when I was stuck in the trafficking stuff, that when those who are involved in the cabal, who are actual satanic worshipers, who do the rituals, they don't just believe. They see it the way that they are taught from the demons themselves. So they know. So when they see somebody who has light, that's who they go after. The people who are the most brilliant. Okay. They will take them first, and especially children. Right?
Absolutely.
That's why they go after children. They want to steal their future because the progression, the progression there will shift the power onto their side is their belief, and it's worked for them in a lot of ways.
Yep.
And the more that people are awakening, the harder they're going to hit. So it's important to be grounded, like you're saying with the sun gazing, which I love, still love. And I love that you even brought it up. That's amazing. Nobody else has brought that up.
I've never even heard of it.
A lot of this stuff I was taught from them, but they use it for nefarious means, and I decided that I didn't like that. So, I just
I'm gonna do it this way.
I did it not quite knowing if it was the right way to do it for good stuff, but I think it has to do a lot with your intention, right? The desire of your heart. Anyway.
Yeah, that's 9/10 of it is your intention.
Mm-hmm.
See, because what they're doing, what they're actually doing is not bad. I mean, it's there for us too, but it's their intention with it, how they're using it. Some people say, "Oh, meditation is evil," or doing remote viewing is evil, or that kind of stuff. And it's not evil.
And the download is evil.
The download is evil. It's from the devil. But I mean, it's part of getting discernment.
Yeah.
And that comes with time, but also you can ask for that. You can ask for that discernment. You can do prayers. Like when I do Reiki, I'll do a prayer protection so that I don't get a nefarious spirit coming through.
Exactly.
And try to attach on.
I know when Jacqueline was here, she does that too. When she does the foot zoning.
Yeah.
She does the same. Go ahead. Sorry.
Reiki.
And I just want to say, if people don't believe this stuff, that's fine. That's cool. I understand. I mean, I've been there too. But what it's good to know is we need to know how these people think.
Absolutely.
And you got to know your enemy. You got to know yourself, and you got to know your enemy.
It reminds me of the show Criminal Minds. Because I've always been
where they go and try and figure out their line of thinking.
Because you have to think about how the enemy thinks. Because if you can't even fathom how the enemy thinks, then you can't catch them. Because they will outthink you every single time. And so when I watched that, I used to binge watch that show. And it really made me start thinking, how others were thinking about doing things. And it makes you look at the details, and it makes you look at why they did this and why they did it this way and everything. And I've always wanted to be a detective. And our grandpa was a highway patrolman.
Oh.
And so I always had I have that cop blood in me.
Yeah.
You do.
Galactic sheriff.
I'm a galactic sheriff. Get over here.
Pulling you over.
And I always liked the soldier movies and the warrior movies and all that kind of stuff. But I also like the frilly lovey-dovey stuff. But and the lovey-dovey war shows are even cooler. But but I always loved Sherlock Holmes and all that kind of stuff because they make you focus on the details.
Yes.
Or like that movie Lie to Me, or the series Lie to Me. Once I watched that one, I'm like, oh, who's lying to me and who's not? And so it makes you really think, the whole intention of the heart thing. It really makes you think about why they're doing this and why are they doing it this way, and what's the real intent behind it. And so that's where I was going with that.
Good. Absolutely.
That's good.
It really helps you connect. Really, no, you did it perfectly. I mean, it's how you connect the dots.
Yeah, exactly.
It's now I understand what's going on. It all makes sense now. And part of this awakening or whatever we're doing here, this revival, whatever. You got to look at the bad stuff too.
Yep,
it's not all rainbows and lollipops and unicorns.
Yep, straight up says, yeah, exactly. You got to know your enemy.
Yeah, we don't want to stay there though.
Absolutely not.
No,
you don't want to become the enemy.
No,
just see it.
You don't know how to get rid of the enemy, is what Jacqueline says.
If you don't see it, then you don't know it's there. If you don't acknowledge that it's there, then you don't realize there's a problem. If you don't know there's a problem, the problem goes on.
Yep.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question. What do you girls what have you been doing to keep yourself elevated and not get trapped down in this negative, lower vibrational nonsense going on?
Definitely this. This has helped a ton.
Yeah, I can see that.
And I mean, we communicate at least every day.
At least
once or twice a day. Sometimes throughout the day. But also, communicating with you guys, the people in the chat room, staying away from the freaking MSM completely.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I was last year. Chad, my husband, actually got me into watching, Hannity and Tucker, and I got into Inger Mingle, and then once they started doing questionable things, I'm like, what the frick is going on? And it all started when Ingram doubted the people that were given the markers. And she's like, well, maybe it
In
was an
Arizona.
accident. Yeah. She like totally discounted everything that they'd all just said. They had a whole room full of people. And she's like, well, maybe it was an accident. And then she could go in. I'm like, what the what? What?
Maybe it was an accident for
Maybe it
hundreds
was
of
an
people.
accident. Yeah, I just happened to give all these people a marker rather than, the standard pen or whatever they're supposed to use. I think is black ballpoint pen or something. And it even says it on the thing. This can be considered faulty if you use a marker or whatever. And once that moment happened, I'm like, why? What did they get on you? What all these things start going in my head. Okay, why are you doing this? Why did you discount everything that they just said? And they're all shaking their head. No, it wasn't. No, it was only the Republicans that they gave it to. And so from there, everything just started to kind of like all the domino effect kind of happened. And I just stopped watching them altogether after a while. So it was like, it was pissing me off more than anything.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I'm just going to stop watching that.
Yeah, I just turned that
And it was
off.
hard. Yeah, it was hard because I was like, I was fiending for it because I was watching it all the time. I was watching it more than Chad was because he was always wanting to watch it before. And then he's like, oh, you want to watch his news all the time now? I'm like, hey, you created Monster. What can I say? And then I got into watching Charlie and Prime and Mel K and, all those guys. And it was just information. I need this information. I need this information. I was like fiending for it. And I was always looking at all the stuff. And then I downloaded Telegram and then I got a bunch more and much stuff. Now I kind of limit it. So, but it's, and helping my kids see it too. And it's fun I'm like, hey, you guys have to watch this. And they're like, oh, I'm like, no, it's good information. You have to know it. And they're like, all right. And I'm like, some of them sleeping halfway. Okay, stand up. You have to watch this. You can't fall asleep right now.
That's
my 6
awesome.
years old. Yeah, my 6-year-old is like, Mom, can I just watch something on the phone? I'm like, no, you have to watch this. I don't want to. So she's gotten some of the information, but the older ones have gotten a lot more.
Yeah.
It's just, that investigator thing just like chimes in. I'm like, hey, I have to know why this. I have to know why this. I have to know why this. Yeah, that's what helped me.
Yeah, that's good.
That's
good.
really good.
Yeah, it's like how many coincidences can there be before it becomes mathematically impossible,
Yeah. Yeah, I heard that on Jason Q too, and he was saying that.
Yeah, I like him.
He's a cool guy.
Yeah, I really do. I've had since I was a young kid a pattern thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't when people say stuff, I have no value for it unless there's an action that follows. So I've watched when people say things and then they do it. That's a pattern, all right? After they do it twice, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You keep repeating the pattern. That shows you're an integral person and you have a lot of integrity. But a person who stands in front of the world and says one thing, but I know
they do another.
Away from the cameras, they do something different. There's no integrity there. And so a lot of the people that have been on the news since I was 10, very, very not good people.
Yeah.
And so it's been amazing for me to watch one by one. The lights are going on people all around me, just a little bit at a time. And this last year, when it seemed like they were trying to crush it out, all they did was inspire more. Because no matter what darkness believes, God wins.
Every time.
God wins. Okay? See, that's the end game. God wins. So it's a firm feeling that I've had. Now I get stuck in things like traumatic remembering. Hard times with they call it PTSD, but it just sounds like something that's said so much. Really,
it's written
just, off. I have 35 plus years, right, in this cabal world. I have
Mhm.
almost 6 in yours.
Mhm.
And the difference is vast, but not as variegated as you might think. Your intention is the exact opposite of their intention. And I'm talking to both of you.
Mhm.
Okay, because right away, I can tell you if someone means it or not. I have no doubt in my mind about my ability to scope somebody out from 10 paces, 100 paces, whatever it is, and say, okay, they're going to drag me down. Or if they need help and I can help them, or avoid altogether. You know, there are certain things that you just know. And I think that little bit of self-confidence that I have connected to Jesus, that's my source, okay? So connected to that helps me to maintain me. So in order to keep that connection, I'm constantly reading everything I can that is connected to Bible or books that should have been in the Bible or studies about biblical times or, go back as far as we can in history to where it's actually not conflated.
Mhm.
Okay, with standards that I believe meet actual scientific standards and not the world's idea of what they think might have happened somewhere, someday, some back time that is pretend.
Mhm.
So
This might have happened.
Yeah, I like to stay with actual things I can hold on to concretely. And I hold on to Jesus that way.
Mhm.
Right? When you have a relationship with anyone, you hold on to it. So that's how I do it. And singing obviously is something we both do. We love that.
Yes.
So there's that. Reaching out to other people because it's the connectedness, right? The things we all share. The listening. I see you. I hear you.
Mhm.
How amazing is it to be seen and heard?
Awesome.
Right?
It's really what we want when we're children.
Mhm.
We're still
Seen and
children.
heard. Yeah, we are.
So how about you? What are you doing to help maintain your spiritual hygiene?
I'm doing this. This is awesome. I didn't meditate for a while. I was a mess. I couldn't even sit still long enough to meditate. I was in such fight or flight.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a long story, but I got activated through 2 incidences from working and some trauma there. And then this pandemic hit, and it just knocked me, woo!
Straight
And
out.
I couldn't even do my meditation or nothing. I was like wackadoodle.
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 That's a fun word.
But it's all a process, though. I got with the group and started doing some healing for narcissistic abuse.
Oh, good.
And so I like you, Bree. I've built up my my narc meter, I call it.
Yeah.
You get spidey senses. You can feel people's energy and if their intention is good or bad. That gets developed over time. And then this other stuff, getting outside, and I just can't emphasize it enough. Getting outside, getting in nature, getting barefoot, getting by water. Oh my gosh, water is amazing for me. Like if I can find, there's a mountain here that's not too far away. It's about an hour to drive up to the top, and it's 9,000 feet.
Ooh,
wow.
So we get snow. So I got desert down here, and then I got like alpine,
where
up to the
are
north
you?
of me. Tucson, Arizona.
You're close.
Oh,
You're in Utah, right?
I was thinking you were like over
we're
on the
having
East
a
Coast
picnic.
somewhere.
We're gonna schedule something fun. Okay, that's awesome. Very cool. Go on. Sorry. That's
anyway,
awesome.
I'm doing that, and I'm getting back. I'm finally getting back into my meditation. But I think it was a necessary thing. I had to go through this last little bit of healing so that God could use me for what's happening now. And I can't even believe this is coming out of my mouth right now. But maybe it's a Holy Spirit thing. I don't know.
Could be.
Jacqueline had mentioned something and it popped out at me. I just want to address it really quick. She says, she said, and how to get rid of the enemy.
Yeah.
Really important. And I know we're getting near the end of the show, but I'll be brief. Saging is good. Prayer is good. I'm sure I'm forgetting something. To clear your air aura, that's some of the same stuff. Getting outside. Showering is good to help that. Saying prayers against it, but particularly what I found, I've actually had some attachments, and I feel a lot of oppression sometimes. And seriously, some good old-fashioned Christian spiritual warfare is very, very effective. I have found when I had like an attachment. Some people are like, well, I can clear it by sending love and light. And sometimes that works.
Yeah.
You send love and light, say, go back to the source. You're not welcome here. This is not where you're supposed to be. Go back to the source. You can do that with some of these lower level entities. But if you get hit with something, powerful, you're going to need some good old fashioned, spiritual warfare prayer. That's what's
Absolutely.
worked for me.
I love that. I love that. I know that we have a gal that is actually Jacqueline's friend, Celeste. She does emotion coding. And so she's been helping us out with that. Yeah. And I also know, too, that at times when it feels like I do the love and light thing, right? I just feel like I've got love and I send it out as far as I can and it's great. But there are times when the attack is so strong, I've had to actually say, in the name of Jesus Christ, get the hell away from me.
Yep.
And they do.
Yep.
It's this craziest thing. Like, it's awesome. But also, I'm just like, whoa.
You're like, thank you.
So, we have all these tools. And some are going to work better and some are not. So you find what works, but you have to try them out to know. You have to do the action.
And do your own research too.
Absolutely.
Don't just listen to somebody and take it as gospel.
Right.
I think Buddha said to even check out, even if someone says they're guru, check it out for yourself before you dive into it.
Absolutely.
But don't use Google.
Right?
Google is not your guru.
No.
And I start with the same letter,
like
but it
bumper
is not.
stickers that say
Google is not your guru.
I totally want to make that t-shirt. I like
That's
that.
awesome.
Recent experience code healing, very powerful. I would love to learn more about this modality.
Yeah, I've done a little bit in it. I haven't practiced it in a while, but I am aware of it. Emotion code.
Yep. Emotion code.
Yeah, very powerful. And maybe sometime when I come on, we'll do a little motion code and maybe some tapping.
Oh yeah.
You already had tapping?
Too. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She told me a little bit about it.
Yeah,
it is really easy to learn. When I get really anxious, that's what I do most of the time. I'm tapping. True. I'm a tapper. But it's because, like I said, I was taught all this kind of stuff in that using it with nefarious intentions, right? So when I first started seeing people do it, I was like, no, you have a good heart. Why are you doing the bad stuff?
Why would you do that?
And I'm understanding better now.
That's good.
Good. But we all have our way. Greg, this has been phenomenal. You did fantastic.
Fast.
You got through your first hour. How does it feel?
Feels great. I'm ready to do some more.
Are you?
There you go. That's how it was.
Wonderful. So we're going to reschedule you for another time because we definitely want you to come back.
Yay.
Yeah. Okay.
For
and
sure.
When you get your show up and going, we hope that you will have us.
Oh, absolutely.
That would be fun.
Awesome.
Absolutely. I might even get some people wanting to watch if you girls come on.
Yeah, people want to see you, but we'll bring all our buddies. Come on.
Yeah,
right?
Come on, guys. We're going
all 10 of us will come.
All 10 of us. Oh, there's 11 now.
Oh, okay. It doesn't matter. You only have to reach one, right?
That's true.
Just that
Yep.
one person who needs
But
to
we do
hear it.
appreciate all you guys.
We do. Every one of you are the one.
And we
Mhm,
appreciate
there you
you. We appreciate you girls.
Well,
Thank
thank you.
You're
appreciate it.
doing a service. You're raising up humanity. You're doing your part.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Is there anything you'd like to say before we pray?
Just thank you for the opportunity, and looking forward to connecting with people when I finally get up and running.
Yeah, for sure.
There's so much I gotta
when you
learn.
do.
There's so much I don't know how to do, and
It's
yeah.
really not hard at all.
Yeah.
Like I didn't even know how to use this one that we're doing when we first started. Like we were just guessing the whole first
That's
time.
how you learn.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
And
All
then, so what happens if I leave studio? Oh, you totally go out. Yeah, don't do that one
right.
unless you're leaving. So yeah, but it's just a learn as you go kind of thing. So we
Yeah.
are more than happy to help you, no matter
Mhm.
like whatever we can do to give you the information that you need.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
But thank you for being here today.
Yeah, we appreciate you, bud.
Alrighty, so we are going to pray. We're going to pray for
Miss Marina.
everybody. Yes, I was going to say everybody who feels like they need to be heard and seen. Because God hears and sees you. We are going to pray for Miss Empress Marina. So her headache goes away, subsides.
And Mimi.
And Mimi, does she have a headache?
Good. She's not feeling good.
And
Hasn't
for
been feeling good
Mimi,
since Sunday.
keep Brandy in there. For Tristan, who's still in the ICU up in the Children's Hospital.
Yeah.
For the children who are going to be found, because we are going to find them.
Yep.
And for everyone in our chat room, everyone on the other side of the screen, our families.
Oh, show.
And we pray in the name of Jesus. Okay, you're on.
Okay. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen.
Good job. And
And
you're blessed. Come on, Greg. There you go.
Bless.
He's doing spirit fingers too. I love it. Here, you. Blessing.
Stuck in my hand. Gotta get him out.
Stuck to your hand. Thank you
Stuck on
so
there.
much, Greg.
Thank
We've
you.
had a
Thanks
great
for coming
time.
by.
Everybody have a wonderful weekend.
Yes.
And we will see you on Monday.
Monday morning for the prayer. 9
That's right.
a.m. Mountain
9 o'clock.
Time.
Be there.
Okay. Have a great one.
Love you
Hang on,
guys.
Greg,
Have a good
okay?
one.